fits. Hey, don't come at me with half an idiom, okay? Oh, produced by a shoe store. Well, I'm not surprised, just disappointed. This just in, Tom McCann's back-to-school sale is unmissable. Hey, Doug, buddy, you're on the air.
One thing we 130 million Americans have in common with the rest of the world.
Lip sync.
We all walk. And one of the things in which we excel most people is that we walk in better-looking, better-fitting shoes than any other people in the world.
Citation
You know,
needed.
you can read character in people's own story every time. Science tells us that as civilizationists, man acquired certain foot differences depending upon his mode of living.
Okay.
And usually these physical differences became hereditary.
Hey, I'm just here for the
However,
B-roll.
no scientific study had ever been made of these many foot variations until the manufacturers of Tom McCann shoes created the foot device.
Budget ran out before they
With
named
this
it.
ingenious device, men set forth to hundreds of Tom McCann stores to undertake the task of accurately measuring thousands of customers' feet.
Gross.
Measurements were made of the length of the foot,
Well, you know what they say.
the thickness or height of the foot at the ball joint,
Thing looks like a deli slicer.
the elevation of the arch,
Hey, that's private.
the width of the foot at the ball joint,
This guy's obsessed with my ball joint.
the diameter or thickness of the heel, measured from side to side at the point of maximum thickness,
The point of what now?
the curve of the back of the heel.
Gonna have to file down your ankles.
These and many other measurements were recorded, together with accurate tracings of thousands of foot
You
outlines.
sickos.
From the scientific data thus compiled for the first time in the shoe industry, expert last-makers were able to design a variety of almost every normal foot.
Define
Each of
normal.
these lasts was then made in 40 to 60 different sizes and widths, a selection large enough to fit most normal feet. And the story of building shoes on these wooden foundations of fit is an interesting document all by itself.
I'll take your word
To
for
learn
it.
this story firsthand, I visited one of Tom McCann's New Hampshire factories.
Where they make
And
New
here
Hampshires?
I saw the selection and inspection of the thickest part of the hide. It's been specially tanned for toughness and long wear.
And if you get hungry, you can just snap into it.
Then I saw these tough bends being cut into outer soles
Outer Souls, now available on Steam and PlayStation 5.
and rigidly inspected for imperfections, brand marks, or anything in the hide that may have spoiled the appearance or wearing quality of the sturdy leather.
You can't spell sturdy without turd.
Next, I saw inner soles being rounded to conform to the bottom of the last, so that each shoe will be the correct size and ensure proper fit.
Inner Souls, now available on Xbox Game Pass.
In the operation known as channeling, 2 parallel cuts are made around the inner soles near the edge.
Safety gear is for scabs and sissies. It's Stravinsky's Tom McCann suite.
Then the leather between these diagonal cuts is turned up to form a lip. This is important, as you will see, for later the welt and upper are stitched to this turned-up lip.
Don't give me that turned up lip, young man.
To reinforce the inner sole and add strength to the turned-up lip, a tough canvas is cemented to the inner sole. The operator called this jamming.
We're jamming, and I hope you like jamming
The
too.
canvas is then trimmed exactly to the edge of the lip.
Give or take a finger.
Sorting leather for the upper part of the shoe is a very important job.
Okay.
Here I learned that the best upper leather for shoes comes from calfskin because of its fine glove-like texture.
Great, now it's a bummer.
So skilled are these inspectors, they can tell at a touch or a glance the quality of each piece of leather.
We know our customers demand only the finest dead baby animals.
Cutting the parts of the upper is one of the most skilled operations in the manufacture of shoes. This part, known as the vamp, must be cut so that the stretch of leather will be from heel to toe to help retain its shape throughout the life of the shoe. Each style, size, and width of last must have its own set of cutting dies.
Speaking of dies, you won't believe what happens next.
The tip is perforated to add style. More than 150 styles are created each year by the designers in this factory.
Oh, can't they get like an office or something? Why are they in the factory?
A reinforcing flannel called the doubler is cemented to the upper to give it further body and strength. This helps the shoe to keep its shape.
For almost a week.
Then the upper begins to take form as the tip is stitched to the vamp. Each part is matched and correctly joined. This is an operation requiring the ultimate in skill and precision.
That's why ladies do it, but we still pay them less. Again, safety gears for communists.
The perforated quarters are stitched to match the tip and vamp to which they'll be joined.
Now Parge the laugh.
The quarters are the two parts that form the back of the shoe. Joining the quarters is called back seaming.
I gotta say, I thought shoe nomenclature would be more fun. It's kind of boring.
In top stitching, the completed lining is stitched to the joined quarters. I was amazed to find that even with the most modern machines, the operation of them calls for a high order of skilled craftsmanship.
Interesting gendered term you used there.
Eyeletting, another operation that calls for precision. The line of eyelets must be in just the right place.
Eyelet, you let, we all let!
The upper must be temporarily laced in order that it may be properly lasted.
Oh, sure.
The final operation on the upper part of the shoe is known as vamping. The vamp,
just vamp.
with the tip attached, is stitched to the joined and lined quarters.
Of course, in Canada, the whole thing's flip-flopped.
A small piece of leather reinforcement is added at the point of greatest strain, where the center of the vamp is attached to the upper.
And speaking of uppers, how long is this shift exactly? Thank you so much for watching Fun with Shorts. This series is supported by Patreon and patrons like these wonderful people right here. They get early access to new episodes and exclusive episodes every month. Also, check out the updated funwithshorts.com for DVDs and merch and all the good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next time.